Well, good morning, Tom. Nice hoodie.
Morning, Paul. It's 48 degrees here on Hilton Head Island. I needed something to keep me a little warm. I reached up on the shelf of my closet and I grabbed this and I thought, it's meant to be. And that's
Well,
a particularly attractive shirt you have
I
on
thank you,
there.
sir. Yes, yes,
Right.
made in America. So, and
Yeah,
for everyone,
PNC
we did
America.
not plan this. We definitely did not call each other before coming. We really did not. So, how's it going? How you been, Tom?
I have been a bit philosophical, I think, in my thinking as it relates to ProShop this week. Um, as always, just being a ProShop user has resulted in some very interesting thought processes going on. Um, and just to kick this conversation off, that just this morning, and I wasn't able to find it to read it verbatim, but long story short, a poster on Facebook asks the community, what are you guys using? I'm using spreadsheets, Excel spreadsheets right now. What are you guys
Sure.
using? And my response was 6 months in, I can't recommend anything other than ProShop, and you need to start taking yourself seriously. He mentioned something about hiring a college student to transfer his Excel spreadsheet into an Access database.
Oh.
And I said, as a fellow CNC shop owner, I would like you to do nothing more than hire a college kid to turn your Excel spreadsheets into Access database, because as far as I'm concerned, you'd be one less competitor that I would have to deal with. And I think, in thinking about that philosophically, you just got to take yourself seriously. What kind of problems can you just imagine not solving with that? And as a case in point, RX Industries has just been diving into a schedule. We went without work because we were down without production equipment. Maybe we can take a look at what we've achieved on that end later.
Yes.
But now that we've got this production equipment in and it's running, went out and got some work in, and then we a couple of days ago just sat down with the schedule through ProShop and said, how is all this going to work? And it drove us to decision making about this.
Sure.
I don't think it's any mystery that those who are looking at this video are not going to look at the owner of RX Industries and decide that he's the sharpest knife in the drawer. But what I hope comes out of this is there's information right in front of me.
Sure.
And it drives and it's saying, what are you going to do about it? And today's topic, I guess, is the schedule and what this ERP is doing. And the schedule is saying you have to do something about how you're doing the work and the process of getting the work done.
And how long that's going to take.
And
how long that's going to take.
How long that's going to take. And the schedule's out until about the end of April, 1st of May, something like that.
That's a nice
backlog. And we've got to do something.
That's great.
We've got to drive it back to March.
Sure.
So
the only way to do that is having your spindles cut in more hours of the day, right?
Absolutely, and less change out. So we made some investment in some fifth axis work holding. Take a look at that.
Nice. Cool.
And Justin approached me day before yesterday and said, we're going to have to be turning spindles till 10, 11 o'clock according to the schedule. A lot of nights. So what do you think we can do about that? Well, I know a nice homeschool boy in the neighborhood who says
Okay,
he's
button
got
pusher.
has some interest.
Uh-huh.
So we made a little deal. Um, I told him, I said I would be happy to introduce him to the world of CNC if he would put forth some effort
Sure. To
over
learn.
time and pay him. Yeah,
That's
pay him to
awesome.
do it.
Maybe he's found
He
you've
said he was
helped
willing
him
to give it
find
a
a new
whirl.
career. That would be amazing.
I don't know if it's going to end up being his career, but then again, we talk about getting into ProShop. Is that an investment or an expense? And you talk about bringing on Bo. Is he an investment or is he an expense?
Mm-hmm.
As far as I'm concerned, it's a means to an end, but it could be an investment. He may end up running this place, 30 years from now. I don't know.
Sure. Sure.
But it's a way of thinking, right?
Right.
Is
Yeah.
ProShop an investment or an expense? And it's a way of thinking.
Well, I always think it's got to come down to, at the end of the year, do you have more money in your bank account because of that investment you made, right? Is it having a positive return, helping you get things done faster, helping you get jobs out the door, helping you spend less time on overhead, having, whatever. Any expense, any investment, I guess I should say, if it's going to have a positive return, it's very likely worth making.
The customer for whom we're doing the work that's out there now has transferred work from his normal supplier to us as a result of being able to give him accurate, timely information.
Mm-hmm.
And reports that he doesn't get from somebody else. I don't know who he was going to before, but my guess is they're probably not a ProShop user. How you measure that,
Mm-hmm. Well, that actually reminds me of a almost exact story. I don't know if I've ever shared this with you before, that we have a customer up in Connecticut, about a 15-person shop, and they were dual sourced on a pretty large project, right? Some big hog outs, took tons of time, pretty large statement of work for them. That customer got bought out by a new company, and they decided to pare down the vendor base. Okay. So they were going to send out their audit team, go visit all the suppliers, and see which ones they were going to kick to the curb. So they came to our customer, they sat in the conference room, they pulled up ProShop, and they showed them exactly how they run their business, how they make their parts. They showed them the work instructions of how they do it. They showed them the inspection plan, the process. They even looked at the inspection that was happening out on the shop floor right then and there from the conference room. They're like, see, he just put in that inspection result. And then they walked out onto the floor and they saw the guy running the machines with the screen up with the work instructions and the inspections. And they were just blown away. They even said one of the things they loved the most was they opened the contact page and they put in the two new guys' emails and phone numbers right on the spot. And they're like, wow, you just put our names in your system. So anyway, they went and visited the other supplier who could show them, who was using one of the legacy type ERP systems that we all know in the industry. They could show them no such thing. And guess who won the entire statement of work and who got kicked to the curb? So that was an investment that turned out to be a very, very positive one, just in that one case alone.
Well, I've said it. I think that's a great story, and I've said it before. Is I use ProShop as a bit of a marketing tool as well as a production tool. People know that I'm serious about this business, about my livelihood, for doing things the best way that I know how.
Mhm.
And I continue to look. I won't lie to you, Paul. I continue to look to see if there's a better mousetrap out there.
Mhm.
And I don't get to a point where I'm so heavily invested in one thing that I can't switch
Always
boats on
wise.
another.
Absolutely.
I've gotten a little taste of what you're coming out with next. I'm excited, especially on the little items that I've seen on the schedule. How nice. I can't wait. The new schedule allows you to change. You know, it's just the two of us, Justin and myself here, and you can adequately describe our
Well, there's now
shop
Bo, right?
shoebox.
There's now Bo now too, so it's now three of you.
Well, okay, there will be a Bo, and we're small, so we're trying to run production and we're trying to keep everything going at the same time. But we've got fantastic pictures that we've taken for setups and operations, and those are just ready to go into the new ProShop work instructions for this job. You know, Justin and I know how to do it, but at the same time, we're also making some incremental changes on processes and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
So all of those will be documented. And we had a surprise visit by our customer, I guess not last week, but the week before.
Mm-hmm.
And while we were still down and pulling this up, and even though we weren't making chips for him, we were able to show him in ProShop, here's where we stopped with your orders that we delivered. And this is how we document how many are on back order. And these are the raw stock items queued up for that.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, we weren't making chips. We still had a story to tell.
Right.
You know, we weren't sitting around playing cards.
Sure.
But
Cool.
anyway.
So do you want to show us this new? Yeah, I think we got the same idea. Let's see this fancy new machine you got.
Let's do it. I'm gonna flip you around. So here's what we have here.
Wow, look at that thing.
Third
It's a
generation
beauty.
EMU 50. Yeah.
Just squeezed in there, enough room for the chip barrel. Oh, look at you and your sticker. Oh man, that's awesome. That's awesome, Tom. And hey, Justin.
Yeah, we've got the,
I know he can't hear me through your earbuds. Oh,
Justin,
nice
say
shirt.
hello to ProShop. All right, so get around here. See what we've got going on here.
Turn myself off.
And
Cool. Look at that.
let me go around here and give you a better view of what's going on. Right there.
Oh, the spin window. Love it. Yes.
So
Oh, nice.
this is a
Nice
new
fixturing.
access work holding tombstone. Holds 8 parts for us.
Mm-hmm.
And another decision driven by the schedule. Look at what we were doing. We had a 5th axis rock block 3 station tombstone. And just looking at the production schedule said this was not going to work. So let's get something in here that's going to increase our productivity. And then we've got our second op over here where we deck off these parts in the old Haas. And now we've got another orange double vise on order and putting in a double station on this one. And we'll be able to deck off parts at a much better clip. And then we mentioned Bo, who will be processing all of these parts on his spare time. So he's got top and bottom for that. So we've got this cart and those 3 carts loaded up for Bo to get busy with.
You got a lot of parts to make. You got a lot of parts to
We
make.
do. The last thing is that we export our measurement in a CSV format into ProShop according to DIM tag on the Part Checkmaster and show our customers, yes, this is the actual measurement results that come out of the keys into the ProShop. Nobody's writing numbers down. I think that lends a lot of credibility when you can send in reports that demonstrate that you've got a more holistic view of what you're doing and less chance for operator error.
Sure. Yep. Well, I've heard stories of operators writing down dimensions they thought were right and not realizing it was actually out of tolerance and just running parts confidently, making them all bad. Yeah. So, well, that's awesome, Tom. Congrats on the new machine and the new hire. That's 50% more people in your business.
That's right. I was told there would be no math.
Well, awesome, man. Well, thank you for the little tour and your philosophizing with us today. Good work, and glad things are finally moving along with your new machine and you're making chips.
Feels like we've loosed the mooring lines and now are underway.
Awesome. Cool.
I hope it stays that way for a while on my journey.
Awesome, Tom. Well, thank you so much for that. Great seeing you, and we'll talk again before too long.
Thank you, Paul. Look forward to it.
All right. Bye-bye.